So what's the best exercise if you live with type 1 or type 2 diabetes, and especially if you take insulin? In this video, we're gonna look at different types of exercise, how they affect your blood sugar and your diabetes overall, your insulin sensitivity, your A1C goals, your ability to lose or manage your weight. Which type of exercise should you do if you live with diabetes? Here's what you need to know. In my 20s, I was a personal trainer, a certified yoga instructor, a competitive powerlifter, a big fan of exercise. Today, I don't do all that competitive powerlifting. I don't even do yoga anymore. I do a lot of cardio and a little bit of weights. All exercise is going to increase your sensitivity to insulin, which means all exercise can be good for your diabetes. Cardio exercise, also known as aerobic exercise, is going to burn the most sugar in your bloodstream the most quickly. But there's a caveat with that. Any exercise can drop your blood sugar. If you take insulin and you have too much insulin on board during your workout. Learning how to prevent low blood sugars during exercise is not easy if you take insulin, but I teach you everything you need to know in this 100-page book, Exercise with Type 1 Diabetes, on Amazon. Cardio exercise is really important for people with diabetes because it burns calories, it gets your heart pumping, and anyone with diabetes has an increased risk of developing heart disease, which includes strokes, heart attacks. Cardio exercise also helps your mind. It helps decrease your stress. It helps you feel more relaxed. And diabetes is really stressful, but it burns glucose. If you go for a 30-minute walk, your body isn't just burning calories and sugar during that walk. It's going to burn more calories and more glucose in the hours after your walk. The same is true for any type of cardio exercise. This means that cardio exercise helps keep your blood sugars lower because your body is going to burn more sugar even in the hours after you exercise. That's really important. Now, if you take insulin, you might need to make some adjustments with your healthcare team's help to prevent low blood sugars during and in the hours after you exercise. Making those adjustments can be confusing, which is why I wrote this book. Anytime you're exercising as a person with diabetes who takes insulin, you should have fast-acting carbohydrates on you in case you go low. Fast-acting carbs include juice or low-fat candies like Sweet Tarts, Sour Patch Kids, Skittles. Whether you're walking or you're going for a 5-mile bike ride, your sensitivity to insulin will be higher after that exercise, and that increased sensitivity could last for 12 hours. That's why it's important to exercise every single day, because you want to be more sensitive to insulin all the time, not just 1 or 2 days a week after walking 1 or 2 days a week. When you exercise every single day, you're boosting your sensitivity to insulin. You're boosting how much glucose your body is burning even when it's at rest. On a regular basis, you're making it your new normal. That makes it easier to keep your blood sugars down in a healthy range. But is going for a walk not as good as going for a run? Is cycling better than playing tennis? Listen, the best cardio exercise to do is the one that you enjoy doing. Walking is way more of a workout than we give it credit for. If you can't go for a jog, that's okay. Get up and walk. Everyone should be walking every single day, especially if you have diabetes, and especially if you have a dog. Walk that dog. Every dog needs a walk. Walking is the fountain of youth. Get up and go for a 45-minute walk every single day. You will not believe the impact it has on your daily insulin sensitivity, your daily ability to keep your blood sugars down in your target range. But carry fast-acting glucose with you on that walk and learn more about timing your walk so that you don't have a lot of insulin on board that could drive your blood sugar down during your walk. Strength training is really important if you have diabetes. Actually, just as important as cardio exercise. When you lift weights, your body is burning calories during the workout. But during that workout, you're actually breaking muscle down. After a weightlifting workout, your body has to rebuild that muscle. That burns more calories. So lifting weights increases the number of calories your body is burning throughout the hours after that workout. This means you now have more muscle, right? If you're consistent with it, you could easily gain 5-10 pounds of muscle in a year. Muscle burns more calories at rest, which means you'll burn more calories on a daily basis if you have more muscle. Even 5 pounds more of muscle can make a big difference, and you won't turn into Arnold Schwarzenegger and, not fit in your shirts anymore. A little bit of weightlifting can go a long way. The more muscle you have, the more sensitive you might be to insulin. Just like cardio exercise, you'll find that you won't need as much insulin to keep your blood sugars in your target range after weightlifting. But lifting weights and other anaerobic forms of exercise, anything where you're doing like an intense thing for a few minutes at most, then you rest, then you do that intense thing again, that can actually spike your blood sugar. Here's why. A lot of people think it's adrenaline, but you're not having an adrenaline rush when you're just doing shoulder presses in the gym. What's really happening for most blood sugar spikes from an everyday workout with weights, your body is turning lactic acid into glucose. That's what's causing the spike in your blood sugar. This is normal. This is what would happen in people without diabetes too. But if you have diabetes and you're seeing that spike after a weightlifting workout, it can be really frustrating. It doesn't mean that weightlifting is bad for you. It means that you need some help from an insulin dose to go along with that workout. If you're not already on insulin, that's something to talk to your doctor about. I know some friends who started using insulin with type 2 diabetes because exercise was spiking their blood sugar so significantly. In general, they did need support from insulin in other parts of the day, so it made sense. But you can have weightlifting workouts that aren't so intense and don't spike your blood sugar. It really comes down to the intensity. Once you push into that range where it's like you're really pushing, that's what's most likely going to cause a rise in your blood sugar and call for a dose of insulin. Yes, I teach you how to manage that in my book. One funny thing about lifting weights, especially if you're doing really intense weightlifting and the weights are getting heavier and heavier, it can increase your appetite. For people with diabetes, that can be challenging. If you want to do those more intense weightlifting or cardio type of exercises, training for a marathon, training for a triathlon, training for a powerlifting meet, definitely consider talking to a sports nutritionist to make sure that you're getting the amount of calories you need so you're not gaining weight during that training. So what's the best type of exercise for people with diabetes? The type you're gonna actually show up and do. It's that simple. If you're starting at walking, great. Walk every day. If you're walking already and you want to add something more complex, more challenging, start jogging, start jumping rope, start swimming, whatever it is you enjoy. If it's pickleball and tennis, awesome, go do it. Trying to make yourself go do an exercise that you hate isn't gonna work. Ideally, you'll get a combination of cardio exercise with at least a little bit of strength training. It doesn't have to be some crazy CrossFit workout. It could even just be 15 minutes 3 times a week. That will help you build a little bit and maintain your muscle. Cardio exercise doesn't have to be a half marathon every week. It could just be a 30-minute walk every day. If you go from no exercise to walking 30 minutes every day, I guarantee you will see an impact in your blood sugars, your insulin sensitivity, and your weight and your mood. It feels good. Making exercise a priority as a person with diabetes should be just as important as taking your medications. It has such a big impact. Think I'm being dramatic about the potential impact that daily exercise could have on your blood sugars? Check out this video all about the change I saw in my daily insulin needs when I started exercising every day at 20 years old.